F.A.M.E is the Federation for Advanced Manufacturing Education and represents a very unique partnership. The program consists of an associate and applied science degree in advanced manufacturing, which combines cutting-edge curriculum that supports advanced manufacturing technology. It also includes a paid work experience for the students and the opportunity for these students to learn highly sought-after business principles and best practices used by world-class manufacturers. The program kicked off late summer with 12 students, and they are all with us today. And if you'll please stand and be recognized, you'll meet them later, but please stand. Let's give them a big hand. Thank you so much. And we'll also be hearing from one of our students a little bit later in the program. At this time, I would like to recognize some of our special guests who've joined us for today's activities. U.S. Congressman Mo Brooks, thank you for being here. Our speakers for the morning, Dr. Mark Heinrich, Chancellor of the Alabama Department of Postsecondary Education, State Board of Education member, Mayor Scott Hunter. I don't believe Matt McCutchen has come in yet. Jim Bolton, President of Toyota, Alabama, and he's the real coach. Jim without Jim, we could not have had this program. And this program is known throughout the country as being started by Toyota. So Jim, I can't thank you enough for your support. Pascal Alberton, Vice President for EFI Automotive. And then we'll hear from student Bryant England. I believe we also have some other special guests who came in. Commissioner Ray Long, yes, right up here. Commissioner Randy Vest is also with us. Representative Terry Collins, oh yes, thanks Terry. Representative Dan Williams. Dan was going to have to leave, but he was here greeting us this morning. And my colleague, Dr. Humphrey Lee, President of Northwest Shoals Community College. Humphrey, wave. Oh, here you are. Thank you. Jean Dudley, Director of Career and Technical Education for the Department of Post-Secondary Education. Jean, over here. Calhoun Foundation Board Member, Tom Butler. Tom, I didn't see. Yeah. We're also joined today by the members of our Technologies Programs Advisory Committees. Those of you who are members of our advisory committees, would you please stand? Advisor, or wave your hand if you're advisory. Okay, yes, some of you are standing. Thank you for the work you do in helping us keep our curriculum state of the art. Before I ask Chancellor Heinrich to come forward for comments, I would like to mention that today is National Manufacturing Day, and we've planned some activities to commemorate this day, and they are scheduled for the afternoon. And if you'll check the back of your program, you'll see an itinerary for these activities. Dr. Heinrich, I'd like to now invite you to make comments.
Thank you and good morning. It is a privilege for me to be with you today. This is a very, very exciting day and an exciting announcement. And I can't begin to tell you how excited I am about the impact this program will have on Calhoun in this part of the state. In fact, I had to limit my comments because there's so many things I'd like to share, but one thing that I would emphasize is that when students are afforded the privilege and opportunity of gaining hands-on experience at a world-class manufacturing facility like Toyota, everyone wins. There are no losers. And workforce development, I think, as we all are well aware of, is a priority for Alabama's community college system, and it's partnerships like this that make our great state's workforce healthy for years to come. These innovative public-private partnerships are the future, and sometimes education has been a little bit slow to get on board, but we're coming along, we're getting it. But we're absolutely convinced that this is the future. And providing students in this particular program with highly sought-after business principles and best practices of world-class manufacture is essential to our future. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into statistics, but there are one or two I would like to mention that I think further emphasize the importance of today's announcement. In a recent Georgetown University report, found that in our state, in Alabama, between 2010 and 2020, we will have 790,000 job openings. 790,000 job openings. Now that's of a civilian workforce that numbers about 2.1 million. That's huge for us, and we're going to have to be on the ball in order to replace those job openings. Now it's also interesting to note that most of those job openings will be at the middle skill level. There was an article, and I'm sure many of you have read it, but there was a recent article entitled Alabama's Forgotten Middle, and it stated that middle skill jobs, which require education beyond high school, but not necessarily a four-year degree, make up the largest part of America's and Alabama's labor force market. Key industries are simply unable to find enough sufficiently trained workers to fill these middle skill jobs. And really that's where the Alabama Community College system comes in and this program. We educate the middle skill labor force. And educational programs like AMT, the Advanced Manufacturer Technician program that we're really unveiling here today, is a huge part of our workforce answer. Let me end with a true story, and this is a conversation that I had with one of our students just a couple of weeks ago. And this is a recent community college graduate, just completed a similar program to the one that we're discussing this morning. And this individual called to thank me, and I'm always very quick to say, hey, I didn't have that much to do with it, but I appreciate your gratitude. But he talked about the fact that the ability to combine classroom activity with paid practical instruction allowed him to go back to school. He said that I'm 25 years old, I have a family, I can't put life aside while I go on and get additional training. But this program allowed me to accomplish my goals. And I think that's what's so exciting about this. When you consider the average age of our students in the Alabama Community College system is 25.4 years, most face the same problems as this particular individual. Is it something that I said? In any event, my sincerest thanks to Jim Bolton for your vision and support, and to Dr. Beck and the Calhoun Community College staff for their foresight and hard work to make this day become a reality. Thank you very much.
So, thank you, Jim. So, I'm Mary Scott Hunter, and I represent y'all on the Alabama State Board of Education. And I like to think about the world that you're going to live in. It's not the world that we've lived in. It's not the world that we know, and it's hard to even imagine what your world is going to be like. And for instance, Bryant and I were just tweeting each other, talking, connecting, and the world is connected, and the world that you're going to live in is going to be hyper connected, and there's going to be all sorts of opportunities. And in the world of manufacturing, we're facing some challenges. We're facing challenges with how we talk about things. For instance, the Chancellor just mentioned middle skills. I don't like that term. I prefer the term not blue collar, not white collar, and y'all ought to learn this term, gold collar. The jobs that y'all are going into, the term middle skill is often used, but the jobs that y'all are going into, it isn't white collar, it isn't blue collar, it's just a whole nother world of job opportunity, and it truly is the gold collar because the sky is the limit on what you can make. And you have to manage a lot of things in the world of manufacturing that you're going to be moving into. It's not just obviously doing one little thing on a line. It's managing thicknesses and values and being able to shut down a line if it's unsafe, and managing safety practices and quantity and quality. And there's just a whole lot to it that we could never have imagined just a few years ago. And then when you start to think about the challenge of manufacturing is going to be everywhere, with additive manufacturing and being able to print what we need. I mean, that takes manufacturing to a whole new level. And how do we deliver car parts? And what are we going to be able to do when we can just print a human organ, or print a part to a car, or print something that we need right there in our homes or in a shop? It's really a world that, for those of us that have come through a world that didn't change that much, your world is going to change a lot. And the only thing I can tell you to do is just hold on, because it's going to be an incredible ride and an incredible journey for you. And I'm excited for you. It starts here. This facility is exactly the kind of open and bright and facility that we expect to see in our manufacturing plants these days. You can expect to have a great career. You can expect to make a lot of money, and that's great. We want you to. So thank you for all you're doing. Thank you for your dedication to this work, and I'm just proud to be here and share it with you just a little bit. Thanks very much.
Well, good morning. I am Jim Bolton, the president of our Toyota plant in Huntsville, and I want to welcome you to this event that we've been talking about and planning and thinking about for quite a while. So it's great to have you here, standing room only. How many of you drive a Toyota, a Lexus, or a Scion? God will richly bless you for that. That might be in the Bible. You need to check that. I'm not sure. I do want to let you know that Robert Mays is here. He's the chairman of the board for the Huntsville-Madison County Chamber of Commerce. There's some other chamber folks here as well, so thank you for being here. And let me say, just in a short phrase, Marilyn, we are going to miss you. We really are. We'll talk more about you later at other events, but we've had a great relationship with Calhoun Community College, and one of the key things that she does and they do is they listen to industry. They listen to our voice, and we've been able to work on collaborative efforts with them, including this Advanced Manufacturing Center idea. So just about all of our Toyota plants across North America are doing this kind of program. And we're very happy to bring it to North Alabama and introduce, the program's first group of students. You guys are like rock stars. I just want you to know, you're going to go down, in infamy. You're very, very famous. So let me tell you, skilled technician is currently the #1 unfilled job in the U.S. We just don't have enough people in that pool. There are lots of job openings in this field, and so we're having to basically kind of grow our own, build the pipeline early on so that we can take ownership of the problem and take ownership of the countermeasures. Over the past year, Toyota Alabama has worked diligently with Calhoun Community College to develop and launch this AMT program, which was developed to specifically fill that pipeline of needed technicians. And I'll let you know that the AMT program will accelerate the students to be fully job ready for a multi-skilled maintenance position at the end of the 2-year program. And maybe the best part is they're going to graduate debt-free. Dude, right? That's what I'm talking about. The program was created not only to address the challenges that Toyota has, but to help sustain, advanced manufacturing operations in the state of Alabama and across, especially the southeast U.S. So we're very proud to have EFI Automotive, Sunoco, and Custom Polymers join Alabama F.A.M.E. during this first year. It's going to help us develop and grow the AMT program. And we want to invite other manufacturers to join us as well. We know you have a similar issue in terms of the skill shortage, so join us, in a collaborative effort to kind of solve this problem by ourselves. We really, really would love that. So again, thank you for being here. And now I'd like to introduce Pascal Auberton, Vice President and General Manager for EFI Automotive. Please welcome Pascal.
Thank you guys for being here. Sorry you have to put up with my French accent, but thank you, Jim, for the introduction, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here today. The team at EFI Automotive is very proud to be part of the Alabama F.A.M.E. collaborative alongside Toyota, Sunoco, and Customs Polymer. At EFI Automotive Alabama facility, we design and manufacture electronic components for the automotive industry, and we are expanding fast. Our customers demand a high volume of sensors, having challenging designs with perfect executions and zero defects. Our continued expansion is only possible with world-class employees. As a first line of support to our production operators and engineers, our skilled technician workforce is one of the most critical groups. As Jim pointed out, we need a larger and better talent pool for skilled technicians, and the AMT program meets this need. Toyota has proven the effectiveness and value of the AMT program in 6 states. Our goal at EFI Automotive is to help grow the AMT program and make it a success in Alabama also. And now I would like to introduce Bryant England, a student from the first AMT class at Calhoun Community College.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian England. My safety commitment is to never walk in the plant with my hands in my pockets. Every AMT student has a safety commitment because safety is so important. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you this morning about the AMT program. I've always enjoyed taking things apart and putting them back together to learn how they work. This interest, along with a desire to follow in my father's footsteps of working in the automotive industry, inspired me to pursue a career in maintenance. The AMT program is a great path to help me reach my goals. Unlike most degree programs, it provides a way for students to earn enough money to pay for college expenses and graduate debt-free with a skill that is in very high demand. In addition to the core curriculum, the AMT program teaches students skills that are very critical in today's workplace. For example, we are learning as a team to work how to communicate effectively with all types of people, not only to complete tasks correctly and on time, but more importantly, to help avoid dangers. Not only is our class earning a degree and gaining real-world experience, but we are also learning how to manage money, balance work life and responsibilities, and become young adults. Being able to work and go to school at the same time is a privilege for me. I'm able to take what I learn at school and apply it directly to my work. It makes everything click so much easier, which helps me become a better worker. I'm not only learning principles and theories, but instead I actually understand them and can apply them on a daily basis. This program has completely changed my life. It has changed my perspective on how I look at things around me. It hasn't been easy, and there have been a few hard lessons learned along the way, but I think we are starting to get the hang of it. Thank you again for the opportunity to share my story with you today. Now I would like to introduce to you my friends and fellow AMT students. Taylor Heflin, Ryan Long, Edgar Hernandez, Frendino Matthews, Blake Zerbel, Colin Adams, Hunter Pack, Chandler Harrison, Austin Wilhite, O'Neal Watkins, and Mitch Nola.
Thank you so much, Brian. Excellent job. Thank you. Representative Matt McCutchen has just come in, and he had agreed to make comments. So, Matt, we want you to come forward and say whatever you'd like here.
Well, thank you, and what an honor and privilege it is for me to be here to represent the state legislature as we go through this ribbon cutting and opening up this facility and celebrating the good things that are being done. On behalf of the legislature, and I speak for all of my colleagues in the legislature, both House and Senate, and I see Representative Terry Collins here. Do we have any others, members of the legislature here? Terry, I'm going to embarrass you. Would you stand up and just wave at everybody? In Alabama, after the 2010 elections, there was an effort, a very strong effort moving forward in Alabama to create an environment where we could provide jobs for the people who want to come and live here and those who are already living in Alabama. Also, we realized that the importance of those jobs would be the economic growth that we needed to sustain the revenues that we needed to provide the services that the people of Alabama expect and deserve. And as we move forward in the legislature, there's always contentious moments, and everybody is trying to protect their district and their area. But when it comes to economic growth, such things as dual enrollment, funding for technology, trying to bring partnerships together between business, private folks like our Toyota and others who have joined in this program. When it comes to bringing those together, the legislature has just joined arm in arm and stood strong and said, let's do what we can to make our economy grow in Alabama. The Education Department has been on the front of this, and you have been a leader in this effort. And as we move forward, I'm very excited about Alabama. And more than that, I'm very proud of Alabama. I'm very proud of what we represent and the things that we're doing up here in Alabama. So, Dr. Beck, I commend Calhoun, who has been doing a great job and has been right there with us as a partner. And in closing, I want to say I am the head coach of a Tiny Mites football team here in the community, and it's 5 to 7-year-olds. And of course, all of those kids, those little fellas, they all want to be quarterbacks, and they all want to run the ball. And of course, they want passing plays, which that's not anything we're doing right now at that age. But the biggest, and maybe the biggest task that I have is trying to encourage them to be a team. I said, if you're playing on the line and you're blocking someone, you're just as important as the quarterback running the ball. And throughout my years of being in public service here in this area, especially our North Alabama area, I have found that we always link up with our local officials, our community leaders, our businesses in our community, on the federal side with Congressman Brooks, our educators, those people, we always link up together, and when it comes to creating a better place for us to live and raise our families, we always come together and we say, this is a good idea. Let's make a team here and let's go forward and win this. So I just want to say congratulations to our legislature and everybody involved, and say thank you so much and good day. Thank you.
It is very important to me and to Calhoun Community College that I tell you that Representative Matt McCutchen is a graduate of Calhoun. So. I want to thank all of you for coming out this morning to share in this special celebration.